It was a bit tough, rowdy, and it nearly collapsed the conference.
Land hunger cuts across urban and the rural divide. South Africans have been dispossessed of their land, wanted back for agrarian use, and others to build their homes. A glimmer of hope was signalled to those who desire land when the ANC elective conference in 2017 resolved to pursue land expropriation without compensation.
We agree that the National Executive Committee will initiate some amendments in the Constitution, Section 25, in order to achieve expropriation without compensation. That's the first part of the resolution. But there is a caveat. For that to happen, for expropriation without compensation to happen, it must be sustainable.
4 years on since the governing party resolved on land expropriation without compensation, not a single farm or piece of land has been expropriated. The ANC is now under pressure from the 2017 conference resolution as it heads to its policy conference in June.
There are no timelines because we've got to make sure that we take all of these things into account. Let me just take you some of the things which are happening around us. First, there's an Expropriation Act which we have not tested, which is going to be passed, the 2016 one you're referring to. We've not tested that. Secondly, we've just got a couple of weeks ago a full land audit by the Department of Land Affairs. And secondly, Parliament has instituted what is called a high-level panel on a number of things, but there's a section on that which is about 82 pages dealing with the land question.
The ANC failed to garner enough votes in Parliament to change Section 25 of the Constitution on the property clause to permit land expropriation. After months of negotiations with the EFF, the two parties failed to reach an agreement.
We can expropriate land. The Constitution must be made explicit, and that is what we have said all along. The President said that we must make the Constitution explicit where it's implicit, that you can, in certain circumstances, expropriate land without compensation. And that amendment was exactly to do that.
Failing to change Section 25 of the Constitution has put the ANC under pressure as the EFF wants all land to belong to the state. On the other hand, the ANC wants South Africans to have the security of tenure on owning their land with title deeds.
So what has led to maybe others not really agreeing with us is the basis that we have said that the ANC's position on land reform or on the land ownership is that we must remain with the mixed forms of land ownership, where the state owns the land for its own use or to lease it to the public. Private individuals still own the land, or juristic people, where they can have what is called freehold, commonly known as title deeds, but also to provide security of tenure, where there is communal land. So if we had done it in the suggested version of, for example, the EFF, we will have abolished all forms of tenure in the country. We will have also have deprived people who already have land, even black people who have bought land on their own in the open market. We will have also deprived people in Soweto, in Atteridgeville, in Umlazi, who already have title deeds now. It means those people were now going to lease from the states.
Heading towards its policy conference in June, the ANC has now opted to seek farmers to donate some of their unused land to speed up land reform and redistribution. The policy proposal goes further to say farmers who donate land would get some form of recognition, whilst beneficiaries would get assistance from the state as entry farmers.
A proper reading of the Constitution on the property clause enables the state to effect expropriation of land with just and equitable compensation, and also expropriation without compensation in the public interest. It has become patently clear that our people want the Constitution to be more explicit about expropriation of land without compensation, as demonstrated in the public hearings. There is also a growing body of opinion in our country that the Constitution, as it stands, does not impede expropriation of land without compensation.
The ANC further wants this program to be run by the Land Reform and Agriculture Development Agency, an entity being set up by the Department of Land Affairs and Agriculture. Samkele Masego, SABC News, Johannesburg.